Hi, and welcome back to Marriage Momentum. I'm Monica, and I want to introduce you guys to someone who's very near and dear to me. It's my husband, Kerry Austin. You want to say hi?
Of course. Hello.
I thought I'd do a little something different. I get on here and I talk about some issues in marriage. And one of the subjects that I talked about was how we see things differently. So I figured this be a good idea not just to hear my side of things, but hear it from another side.
So what I hear you saying is there's two sides to the story, usually in a relationship.
Right. And usually mine is right in this relationship.
Okay, so what you're saying is there's your side and then there's the truth.
If he want to say that.
Okay.
So we're doing this totally unscripted. So tonight we just want to talk about some differences in our relationship and maybe how we even came to some solutions in getting to that point.
This ought to be interesting because I want you to hear the real truth and then there's Monica's opinion.
So this is totally unscripted and we're going totally off the cuff. So, Kerry, if you talked about differences between you and I,
Yes.
what would be some of the differences?
Well, some of the differences are you're beautiful and you're a girl.
Okay.
And those are some of the differences.
It is.
And you have hips and lips and fingertips.
Okay, this is unedited, so I cannot edit that out. But I'm the one in our relationship, I believe, that keep us focused and keep us on point when it comes to things. He's more of a, there's a rabbit. There's another rabbit.
This is going to be fun. Go ahead. Keep going.
So I am more focused and to the point, and he's more, I'll say, free and let's just go with the flow person. That's how we're different. Sometimes those differences sometimes it can make us butt heads, but a lot of times it gets us to the destination right on time.
So I like to have fun. I really don't like the serious side of things because we face enough serious things in life. So usually I play or I laugh through whatever challenges we have in most cases. But you're the serious one and you are the focused one, so there's no need in both of us being wrong.
I am not always serious. I can be funny. However, let's take for instance, if we're doing a lesson, if we're teaching a lesson, those where our differences really butt heads a lot. Because I want to know, okay, what is the subject? What are, 5 things that we're going to do? I want to know from the beginning to the ending what's in here, and that's how I put a lesson together.
But this ought to be interesting because we think totally polar opposite. I like to flow. I like to just have fun with it. And I guess I keep using the word fun, but I guess that's part of my personality. And you are the serious one. We usually don't, we get along great, I'd say 99% of the time, except when it's time to teach a lesson together. And fortunately, this is unscripted. So usually when we try to prepare, it's brutal. Really, it's like two bulls in a china shop trying to find their way. And Monica has a way of doing things. And then there's the right way of doing things. And it takes a while for her to come over to the proper side to understand how things are supposed to be done.
One thing that gets us to the ending point is that because I am focused, I know there needs to be a beginning and I know there needs to be an end. Kerry is the one who does a lot of the fluffing in the in between and getting the lesson like that. But I keep us on track. If we're supposed to only talk an hour, I'm going to make sure that we're talking an hour, and in the hour, we're going to be finished.
You're right, we will be finished, but I will make sure that you don't get bored because we want to keep things interesting at all times, and there are different twists and different turns, in relationships even. And I think, to be honest, one of the things I believe couples need to embrace is the differences, or are the differences. The Georgia English it needs some help.
He's from Georgia. I'm from Oklahoma.
But the differences are what I believe we should value, because we bring different things to the table. And if we were both alike, then only one of us would be necessary. So I don't want to be identical to Monica. Well, anyway, I'll leave it right there.
Of course, because I can honestly say I would not want to be married to me. And I'm sure Carrie doesn't want to be married to somebody who's exactly like him. Because if we were, our relationship would probably be very boring. But it works out, and that's what we do. Carrie doesn't try to make me be him, and I do not try to make him act or think or behave like I do.
I think one of the biggest challenges that couples do face is that when you take personality types and you speak in generalities, like the 4 different personality types, if I am a blue personality and Monica, let's say she's an orange, actually she's a gold personality, but it wouldn't be fair for me to let me say it like this. It wouldn't be fair for her to try to put her gold on me. It's okay for me to put my blue on you. Seriously though, I think we have to understand each other's personalities, the differences, the pros, the cons, the strengths, the weaknesses, because no matter who you are, there are strengths, and then I don't really want to say weaknesses, there are opportunities to grow. And we all can grow and we all can learn, and it's important for me to understand her language, understand what she speaks and how she thinks. So whenever we're not understanding, I can just go back into my glossary of understanding of Monica, or my dictionary of Monica, and say, okay, right now she's not talking. It's okay. I don't have to take it personally because I understand her personality. She needs downtime. I need downtime. But our downtime or our quiet time is a little bit different. But that's part of her personality, and I value that. I appreciate that. She's usually, honestly, you're very even-keeled and you're very level-headed. You're not an emotionally driven person. So I have a tremendous appreciation for that, because when I come home, I do not want to deal with drama. And I have a tremendous appreciation for coming home to a peaceful home. And that's what you do. You make our home peaceful.
Okay, he's tried. Okay, I'm going to cut this off because we're coming up on 8 minutes. I didn't think it was going to go that fast, but it is. But I'm the one who's watching the timer to say, hey, this is how long we've been on. One thing about Carrie, I'm going to say this last thing, these differences about me and about Carrie. Carrie is more long-winded. So when we get on here, you're going to hear more stories from Carrie. Me, I am straight, I'm bullseye, I'm straight to the point. So you guys are going to get a good balance. And we're going to get on here on a weekly basis, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, because I want us to really just get on here and talk marriage. And then in the comments, if you let us know a topic that you want us to cover, we'll be happy to do that, because we're here at Marriage Momentum, where strong marriages don't stand still. They build momentum. And I don't know how to turn this off.
Turn it off, Monica.